Um, let's see. Take this one. Chinky. And the URL. Hey, I don't know who's watching. I am, apologies that you're waiting, but I am, there we go. And then make sure we're live. I don't think that we're live here. Here we go. Okay. So we gotta do is go live. Why are you acting? Hmm. Okay, y'all. I'm not sure if I'm live. Hello, if you can see me. Hello. Give me a second to queue up everything. For some reason. Okay, we're gonna remove this and we're gonna add it again. Let's try this one. Let's see if that works. There we go. We should be good to go. All right. Let's see who can see me. Hey, you two. Oh, I know y'all can't see me. What in the world? Let's do this again. I'm here, y'all. Just trying to get my mic cue back on. So why you gotta be acting like this? That's not the camera I want though. Let's try to get the better camera. That's better. Okay. Hello. Finally. Finally. We are connected. So happy Monday. I have a couple of updates to share with y'all. Come on in. Hi, Makia in the space. Hey, Tiffany. And on IG. How y'all doing? All right, we got some updates. I got a little slide deck to share. But yep, let's get into it. Let me share, add into the stage my little slide updates and Q&A for today. Hi, Treasure, Locks and Tips. Hey, y'all. It took me a minute to get started. Yes, YouTube, y'all coming through. Thank y'all, YouTube. Um, yes, y'all like when I do the lives that don't have all of this software. I just like go live on my phone. For the first time I did that, I'm like, all this time I've been streaming. I love when y'all show up on there. So yes, we have some updates. But first, wait, I gotta take this off the screen. I can't even pick this box up because y'all, I keep selling out of books. Box is about 100 pounds. I want to open it. I love to open it on here. It is what you see right here. Wait, let me. The Microlock Standards. That's the cover of the book. Got a new shipment in, I believe, another 100 copies. Remember, I am giving a special offer. I have given a special offer for a free book. Those who know, you know. Oh, oh. Hold on, let's turn the camera down. Let's, because I can't, it's very hard to pick up this box. Yay, we got a new books in, new shipment in. Thank you for everyone who's purchased their copy. Thank y'all for the reviews. Thank y'all for the feedback. Somebody told me in the webinar this was the best book she's read on Microlux. Well, being that Microlux originally started as a brand that was to be trademarked, getting it from the source is going to keep back to these original standards. Okay, so it's a lot of information that has been taken and kind of reworked, copied, maybe not as accurate as the 16 years of building a Microlock brand. We got a whole box of 100 more books. A lot of these are already ready to go out. I would say go to the source to get your info. If you like the results, the quality work, the long-term proven results, thank you. You will definitely get a good start with this. Obviously, the best combination is this with the only official Microlock certification program. There's a lot of things behind the scenes I will be sharing throughout the time. But if you're in this program, you are in the right place. I'll leave it there. We're going to give you as much as we possibly can to make you to help support your goals that you have, to be successful, to do things legitimately, to do things legally, ethically, and that people can just walk around. Like, we can build businesses and brands in the right way with respect and with knowing fundamentals that existed and building our businesses on solid ground. So that's the partnerships that we are creating with y'all. Yay, I feel better. Thank you for asking. My ear's a little clogged here, but it's definitely not painful. I had an ear infection, y'all. I did my webinars with ear infections. I've been going live. I've had some personal things, which we should talk about one day. Mental health. If you have children, y'all know I am a licensed therapist as well. LMSW, Masters in Social Work. And my background is general. So I do from the education and teaching to practicing social work to being admin, running nonprofits. I have the training in the whole general. And I infuse a lot of that into the program. Actually, there's sections of this book, open copy there, that actually go over self-care and clients. If we continue to, some people don't really understand the impact that our mental health and our clients' mental health has on our business, on our skills, on our hair, then I think that's the biggest missing piece. So I just want to say that. I'm going to let y'all know about some updates that we have going on. We have a free affiliate training tomorrow. If you're watching on IG, just go to the story. Not right now, let's finish the updates. And you can get the link to click into our private meeting for that. Ear pain can drive anybody completely nuts. Exactly, Penny. And on another note, your head, I felt like your head is your sacred space. Like, seriously, your psyche, your brain is housed in your head that controls everything, your functioning, your perception. And that's why I don't take it lightly when people are touching people's heads, not just their hair, touching your head, what they're putting in your head, what they're surrounding you with, that energy. And I've seen, and sometimes it's hard to explain when you see results, hair results that just look like there's magic. It just looks so good. And you find out that the person that, did that or helped nurture that hair was putting in positive energy, was a healing force, had good intentions about the work they were doing, really worked to maintain integrity, and all that stuff is not to be taken lightly, because that impacts how we handle each other, how we run our businesses, what we start, why we do it. your abundance will come in after that in ways you could never have imagined. I just want to say that. I always want to say that. Y'all know when I do my late night lives that I never save, that y'all catch me if you can. I go really, really honest and raw, and we have really great conversations. So we're going to be doing that again. But let's get into some of the updates. So these are the books. I'm going to put them down and get into these updates that we got to talk about. Right? So the best way to register for, let's look at the schedule. Let me get bigger for y'all. Wait, bestseller on Amazon? I have to look at Amazon. We were in, I didn't even see her. We were in the top new releases for hair, beauty, and fashion a couple weeks ago. The list always changes on Amazon. I haven't checked Amazon lately. Oh my God, thank you. Well, let me go check and look at the analytics and the stats, because the books are definitely moving and the reviews are coming in on the site. So I appreciate everyone who's left a review. All right, so here's our meetings coming up. Whether you're a member or not, there's always meetings and workshops that you can attend. There's some that are only for our exclusive paid members. And then we have our Facebook group members. We have members all different tiers and all different ways. So if y'all joined last Wednesday, I did another live webinar called the Microlock Standards for Success, What You Should Know and Avoid. A lot of people might have been getting some emails about replays, but I'm getting ready to release something with that web in regards to this webinar for those who've missed it or those who want to watch it again. So stay tuned for that shortly. And that comes with the workbook. It comes with, we go over the standards. We go over 3 things common issues to avoid that I'm so surprised that I have to keep saying, but I'm seeing even, let me go make myself bigger for this, y'all. Even businesses with a lot of IG followers that do a lot of fluff, like a lot of loud, they're loud. Like I've seen them post and sometimes admit that they are not necessarily skilled in this niche. And some things they've shown completely contradict what's needed to have the best results. So I don't know why my spirit said tell people that, because there's a lot of people that are cleaning up, that are smaller, that just be discerning, please be discerning, because there are common things that can be easily avoided that we go over in the webinar, easily avoided. And once you implement them, you eliminate, avoid, and prevent 90% of the problems. And then when you have everything you need, you are so confident that there's really nothing that you can't handle, you can't fix, you can't repair. And that was always my drive. Like, people come to me specifically because they were having trouble finding someone who could really fix or prevent or address. And so when people are armed with that skill, it already sets you apart. And when your results last and you become the person that is going to just put this extra quality of work, and then you can use that as leverage for your pricing, for your positioning. Do not care about, oh man, but I don't have this presence on social media. That don't mean anything. How are me and others, being able to have great success and results and great success in whatever, in certain areas without that? Because that doesn't matter. Most of that doesn't matter. You want to be seen, you want to have your stuff shown, but people will, the value and the quality will be that much better when you really focus that energy on the actual results. Okay, not, I gotta make a contact, people gotta like it. Oh, because I see people they're loud and they're wrong. And it's like, that's coming up to tarnish everything. So you want to make sure that you have this really solid footing and these things, and you become the one who knows how to fix, how to create great results, how to address it. It really sets you apart. Yeah. So let's get into back what I was saying with the updates. So if y'all want to know how to be a free affiliate, you will join tomorrow's free workshop training tomorrow. Again, if you're on Instagram, it's the link in the bio. I mean, the link in the story. I'm gonna put it in the bio. If you're on the Facebook group, it's on the page. You've been tagged in it. I saw a lot of people register. You're on the email list. You'll have an email, and another email will go out today. So if you're just getting on the email list, you'll know how to join this affiliate training. Now, we just had a member meeting, and one of our coaches has been consistently making hundreds of dollars, just random, they just popping up. She said she just got another payout. She said, this works. It's only going to work as serious as you take it. As serious as you take anything is what you're going to get the results for. So if you are already talking about the program, sending the referrals, I want to give a thank you and let you know about our affiliate program. But if you're like, you know what, I had somebody actually from the webinar that started already talking about the program. I'm so glad that we can now have her and others come to this affiliate training and just get paid from it, because you're already doing it. Now, I appreciate the good, kind words, the good feedback, the good reviews. I really appreciate it. Those who followed and understand our mission, understand how we started on the origins, and see the results, use the results, use the skills. This is going to be a perfect program for you. So what do the affiliate payouts look like? Most affiliates are making close to you per person that signs up under your link. Right now, at the lowest percentage, is $250 for one person. That's the 10%, but it's typically 10 to 20%. So that could be $500. If you're literally you said this to someone and they signed up, you could have gotten at least 10% of their sale. And it's not anything extra. I don't want people to get nervous. So like, I got to sell. You don't have to sell anything. You don't ever have to do anything. If you have platforms, just put your link up. That's it. So we're going to go into how to do that. We're going to go into how you can join free, get your free portal access where you have access to our wording, our logos, so you can use, and anything else that you would need, so you can easily do that. Or just, and then you'll have two portal accesses. You'll have another one with a dashboard where you can literally pull your link and you can see how much money you're making. So affiliates will click in and see, oh my goodness, 2,000. So we have like thousands of hits on our affiliates links. I can see the overall, and I can see how many people have been clicking affiliate links. So we're into in multiple thousands. People go and they click, and then how many that person has, and then we can see how much money they've earned off of that. So, we do promotions sometimes, but again, you're not going to get less than, you're going to get close to probably $200 per one sale for not doing anything. So if you have a platform, you talk about this is your thing, and you support our program and mission, there's another way. That's just one of the many ways that we want to pay you forward and give y'all money back. In addition to you possibly earning free enrollment into the program as a thank you. So there's people that have been on it, and you can, if you're not in the program already, in addition to already getting the money, you can also earn free enrollment. And that includes every single thing that we're giving out in our kits. Access to the portal, then the site training program, business program, access to the scholarships, access to the grants, you get all of that. Maybe possibly being hired as a coach in our paid coach in our team. Okay. And then what's the other thing? I don't know. I think those are the going back to the schedule. If you are in the program and you've been certified, we are having a pricing workshop next Tuesday. And that is for the certified professionals. If you're not yet certified, but you're in the program, no worries, because you'll always have these regular pricing workshops. We already know whether they're lying or not. We've seen people say that they've been charging $3,000 to $5,000 for things that y'all are cleaning up, things that are coming out, things that are damaging people's hair. And so because you have the skill, once you're been trained in the program and you know how to prevent and address almost all these issues, you should be charging accordingly. Not to say because they're saying they're charging 3 to 5 thousand, but because we know if the market value is going, if people are paying for someone who has not been trained in a proven system, why would you shortchange yourself when you actually invested in a program and demonstrated that you've met these standards? So we're going to talk about how to price for 2024 and forward, how to adjust your pricing, how to set your pricing tier, hourly versus flat rate. Why, when, who, why, so many people come in with already backgrounds really strong in certain areas, from credible trainings, cosmetology licenses. All of that is going to be valuable in determining your pricing. We'll break it down with our workbook that goes with the pricing workshop, and you'll know how to adjust your prices. And then I put it on here, but it's July. Our final group certification class of this current cohort is Monday, July 1st. That's going to be it for this group. But when you join, you can join in any cohorts. You can repeat. You can join as many of these sessions as you like, as long as you're our member, for free. So these are coaching sessions that walk you through the curriculum of the program. Okay, so that is happening, and we usually do, like, usually soon after you'll see a couple of people becoming certified. So that is happening, and we have a bunch of things earmarked for July. We're going to be having some more trainings for people who are in our program that are not yet certified, as well as people who are certified, as well as some more. So we have earmarked a Microlock Extensions webinar for free. So I would say, if you want to stay in the know, just join our email list, join our platforms, and most importantly, you can join our Facebook group, because that's one of the places that I always post. And you can always ask your questions and comments. Our coaches are in there to give you information. And then we have our Microlock Mastery community. That's our private members community. So we have, I would say, join the Facebook group. I'll put that link at the bottom if you're not already in it. So that will be, I don't want this box to fall on my cat. Here it is, the bottom. Okay, so that's how you can join our Facebook group for free at the bottom. I'm just switching between screens to see if there's any questions that you may have. Again, I'm excited. I just got this big box. See, I knew the box was gonna fall, and it was gonna fall on my cat. Ain't fall on her, but shut up. Oh, this is so exciting. I can't even lift it up. It's the books, hundreds of copies. We have sold out the first 2 orders. So these books are getting heavy. So I'm so excited. I was unboxing it earlier today. You can grab your copy at themicrolockstandard.com, or you can buy go there, or you can go on Amazon. And the link is also on the Microlock Standard. Ciao. Okay. So yes. Let me move. Hold on, y'all. Too much going on. Okay. So if there's any questions about the free training tomorrow, any questions about anything? My whole earring fell off. We don't need this earring. We could just do an earring, right? Oh my goodness. I also posted about, I don't know if I'm going to address it because it's weird. I also posted about trimming, and I'm going to stand firm with this, okay? Because I'm going to trim my hair or cut it. You absolutely do not have to. Only if you have to, meaning you got some things you got to just cut off. I've cut my hair twice, at least twice, once on live and then twice. And so my hair grows out of weird lengths. People's hair grows differently. But the problems that I talk about preventing, a lot of them, some of them were from people doing improper cutting. And I wanted to address that because it's exclusively doing microlock clients for 16 years. There's certain things that don't translate exactly and directly from a loose natural world, a cosmetology world onto, that's why there's specific, even in cosmetology school, there's specific theory for different types of hair, where there's lock theory. And even within that, there's different nuances that don't apply, that apply differently for microsized hair because of how they need to be strong and how they need to lock. And so when people are using certain types of tools or tensions, or they have a certain type of hair, you can actually create more of an issue for the resulting style of locking, which is slightly different. So there's certain things that can apply for hair, hair care, hair strength, that if you try to translate it exactly to the loose form, you will undo, reverse, and mess up the desired results you're trying to use with that particular hair technique. So, for instance, if I were to pour conditioner on my brand new locks, or my first year, or my hair texture is a certain way, or any time, and in the same way that I would do with loose hair, I will have problems with the resultant hairstyle that I'm trying to accomplish in the lock realm, because there are two different needs, two different things that are being accomplished. But I have to approach conditioning differently for locks versus loose natural. So I'm not moving this. I have to move this box. Um, you'll attend. Great, great. I'll see you there. I'm just going between pages. Sorry, y'all. On the Facebook group, your comments are not showing up. Um, I'll check real quick. So I just wanted to mention that because I see the problems that it causes when that's not fully understood. Because a lot of people will say, well, I have this extensive background in cosmetology, which is absolutely crucial to understanding hair, but and health of hair strands in a loose state. There's certain things that we have to do differently, but not neglect the hair care needs of the hair strands so that it can remain and healthy and viable within that style. So I noticed early, like years ago, people would do things like setting lotion and conditioning, or they do certain routines that they did on their loose hair, and all their locks would just be fragile, fall apart, possibly even cause breakage of those locks, which is very damaging to the hair. So if the goal is healthy hair within that particular hairstyle, we're going to do things that support that particular hairstyle. That might be something that you need to add to your learning, even if you have cosmetology experience for 1,000 years. Everything grows and changes and adapts. So we look at proven results, we look at strength, and the overall goal. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get this out the way. It's so heavy, so I can get closer. I see that y'all don't have much comments, and that's cool. I'm gonna tell y'all. My computer. Hold on, y'all. I think my camera is out. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to mention. Y'all be leaving me out here on my own to defend, but it's okay because at the end of the day, results matter, skills matter. If you have a comment or experience, definitely put it in publicly. And I do get what y'all say when y'all hit me in the inbox. I got your videos about certain things that I've said that were absolutely a part of your reality and that was helpful for you. It's always nice when you can publicly say it, but it's all right. I know I got a lot of undoing misinformation. I just feel like um, we have to be realistic about the niche and the nuances that are needed in this niche that aren't just going to be publicly known because you have a training in um, a certain other niche. Like there's locticians, i.e. the lot of the page I was talking about with all the followers. I saw them specifically post some damaging things and called it microlocks. And I was like, what is? And I said, they don't understand. They don't understand. They're going off what's popular, what they've seen, which originated out of the DIY community, amateur community. And they're applying it publicly without and then never see follow-up. We rarely see follow-up long-term results from those particular methods that have, sometimes you might see it, but if someone's gotten a lot of repair, they're not telling you everything. You're not seeing that all the information you need. And so when I see things like that, I know that there's something missing in their foundational understanding of how the hair is going to lock them really strong, really consistent, really easy, non-damaging. And so it doesn't always translate that way. So y'all, I don't know if the things are stopping on my end. The streams are being really like I can't stream on my other platforms. So I don't know if y'all are hearing me, or it was giving me an issue with one of my other YouTube channels. It said I couldn't stream for forever. So I don't know if you hear me, if you have opinions, if you have a question, okay, you're listening. Are y'all just listening? There's a lot of things that will be coming down the pipeline. Y'all know I'm not play, right? I don't play about getting solid information. I don't play about things that I feel passionate about, that I've launched or created into the industry that I see mishandled. I really get frustrated because guess who they come to fix, right? And we don't want people to continuously have problems that can be preventable. And we don't want people to not know that what they're incorporating into their business or following or doing is actually could be more harmful. And there's some people that I appreciate their honesty from things they've had to change in their business that would give them better results from attending even my free workshops. They told me, I appreciate that, because that's the goal, is that you do better. We all do better quality work in the industry, and we all leave a good impact on people, and then become, then you're able to have really solid reputation for quality. Yeah. So I don't know, y'all not saying nothing, but y'all stay. I have to go between screens. StreamYard just really made it hard for me. Okay, yeah, it's loud and clear. Thank you. Yeah. So I don't know who follows me personally. There's a lot of things going on personally. I do want to mention that because I think I am a social worker. I'm a therapist, and it does impact this business. It does. There's a lot, there's some things that have been happening personally, and it is a part of my story with growing Microlox and how this business has helped me sustain, and how it may be helping others. And when you do it right, when you do it with a solid foundation, how it's going to be beneficial for you and your clients and your business going forward. But there's people that go through things, that are struggling through things, family members struggling through things, and you have to show up either as a client or show up as a professional. And, I just want to say send a love. We're here. I'm here for you. I have my own things. If you follow me, you know. And so for me to come here and show up and talk and just kind of be positive, it's not always easy. This industry has also been very wearing on me, with just hearing just a lot of people feel for me because they're like, to see what they see and then know, like, if you really had this brainchild that you created, but they see a lot of things that upset them and they try to speak up for me, but it's not easy to keep going, for many reasons. So part of me definitely gonna take a little mini vacation, get our team together, but just to show up. You never know what people are going through, just to show up. And also, I bite my tongue. There's just a lot of things I want to say. So I don't know who follows personally, but all I have to say is, that's why I keep emphasizing to y'all. Okay, my screen just went black. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I don't know what you heard, what you missed. Focus on your structure, your business, and legal, and don't do anything that you shouldn't do. I'm just going to say that because there's a new shift of focus. So I'm quiet on things because what is it? Intelligence is silent, ignorance is loud. So when I think about things that I might be upset about, that I really need to address legally, or it's quiet, but there's There's a lot of things going on. I'm just kind of rambling. We're gonna save these lives, but I see y'all not commenting, so I'm not even sure if y'all are feeling it. But I will end this with the Microlock Mastery Affiliate Training tomorrow if you'd like to join it. If y'all know me personally, I thank y'all so much for the kind words, because y'all know there's some things going on. I'm gonna speak more about that separately. And I feel like we need to have conversations about, there's a lot of stuff that we need to have conversations in this industry. I'll say this, no matter what industry you're in, if you don't take care or address or acknowledge the need for mental health support, and some people are operating businesses in certain ways that are hurtful to other people intentionally, that are not caring about how their impact of their clients, because they're really focused on maybe trying to just make money. They're intentionally doing things in a certain way, because if you feel powerful, you don't need to try to squash anyone else. You don't need to try to just take other people's information and claim it as yours. You don't need to try to malign against them. You don't need to try. You would literally just reign in your power. You will literally just create and be that divine connection for that positive impact you're supposed to use your skills and gifts for. And I have been like, it's like, how can we address, because I speak with other locticians and stylists about personal things that they're going through within this industry, and the conversations are just becoming more and more bothersome. Like, I mean, people just have no shame sometimes, and how much if someone's working really hard to build something and they literally watch, copy, and try to that's what happened to another one of my friends as well. And I mean, the money that's spent in legal, the money, and you think, why do people do that? Why do people act like that? Why do people act, the older and young, gossiping and talking bad about each other? And you're wondering why. And I said, it all starts with our mental health. It all starts with how we feel about us. So we're navigating this crazy capitalist society with skills and traditions of our culture that predates all of this. We've been doing hair, we've been doing locks, we've been doing, all these different cultural practices around here before all of that. But why, when we step into, we allow ourselves to be so corrupted and chasing dollars or chasing likes or chasing external validation, that we lose what the real power of these gifts and talents were for us. And we get very emotional. That's why it's very emotional. Hair is very emotional, because it is very significant. It holds a lot of energy. And so we may go through other things in our life and then step into another crazy realm. Like, life already is lifing. And then we come into this and we're like, oh my God. So the only thing I would say is, once we are more healed within ourselves, that's what's keeping me going and allowing me to be resilient and not give up, because my passion speaks so loudly for what I want, and I enjoy talking about it. And I already know it's been taken and used and copied, and oh my God. But I already know that also in my powers, we're gonna be able to do what we need to do, because that's very exciting for me to think about. Like, just doing what we need to do, legally do it, and really moving. You can't stop a force that's designed to be healing and good and abundant. So, yeah, I don't get on here and act tough and gossip, but let me tell you, because that's not my nature. I allow other things. I'm talking in code. The unseen works for me, and anybody who tries to do negativity, it always hurts them. But you got to move with that power. When you're just powerful, you just keep going, and you're just always surrounded by that protection and so I got it. So I just wanted to speak. I know you said preach, girl. Sometimes I feel like, you know what? What's more affection? What's more affection? What's more effective, action or words? What do y'all see when you want to know if someone is good at what they do, or you want to pick a stylist, or you want to pick a training program, or you want to pick a car, you should look at the results, the quality, right? I don't think you're going to make an investment into something. And there's actually people made investment in programs that we shut down because of the infringement, and it's going to happen again. So I just want to say, like, be very, very, very cautious. Um, I also don't think that's good energy to put into what you're building. Is if it's built, if that like, if someone does my hair and they're negative and they're nasty, I wouldn't want them touching my hair. I wouldn't want them training me if I know that that training program is not 100% built from their knowledge base, but it's something that they are using to just make money, and they're not. It's not going to hit, and it's not going to give you what you need. So maybe I should just speak. I don't know, but um, I'm just so excited. The books are selling out. I thank y'all for the positive reviews. Quality over quantity. I don't chuck and jive for no likes because I do it for the love and not the like. And I appreciate all the new followers. I appreciate new students. Oh my God. Yes, yes. You're a warrior and I'm sorry. You're a warrior and you a monumental task, but you're needed in the industry. Thank you. A couple of people have been, a lot of things been happening over the weekend because y'all, I have eyes and ears everywhere. And so some things have been brought to my attention and I was like, okay. And then things line up. You're a good leader, not just kind words. Thank you. Action. Leaders, sometimes, again, a numbers on social media does not make a good leader. Like an older person doesn't automatically make an elder. It's a combination of your knowledge, your wisdom, right? How you help other people become powerful. That's what a leader does. Like not, and it's funny because I've heard some people, I'm gonna speak on it. Some people say, you don't have a whole lot of followers. I want to give you my audience. I said, my people come to me. And also, does that, and then start talking down to people. Like your number of IG followers automatically makes you talk down to people who have that is twisted thinking. As somebody who has been at the forefront of the industry you're profiting from, like, and someone who has knowledge and wisdom automatically is dismissed because they don't have as many like maybe people are not feeding to social media because their mental health. It's not good for your mental health. I suggest some people actually take breaks. Your business will survive and thrive. It's people making. I'm never going to talk about my numbers, but we've hit certain milestones that I know a lot of people with a lot of IG followers I haven't met, and even when I had 1,000, and it's like you don't need to measure yourself or your self-worth on those things. But I've seen people been sending me some things, and I was just sitting there like, oh, the audacity, the disrespect. But y'all, the ancestors don't play about me. Anyway, when you know you are powerful, if you were God, don't whatever word you're gonna use, or energies or spirituality that you follow, they don't play about you. What you got to say? I'm way too positive vibes. I surround myself with. I love my peace, and I love results, and I love seeing women smile when they get their hair to look a certain way. I love providing solutions. I love to make that impact. But sometimes, we're in this system, so we're gonna be real strategic about getting our business built and our legal support, and be strategic. I was gonna say that. So that way you're building a house on a solid foundation. I tell people, I see people like even make business names or programs, and I'm like, y'all don't know that that's trademark. Like, but and when you think about that, and then you tell them this to have to get a cease and desist, so you think about like, why would you do that? What is your real intention for creating that microlab or that program? Is it because it's your trending buzzword? Is it because you really want to do results? Is it because you see what I've done or whatever, and now you want to? I've had that happen. I've had people say that actually. You know, the jealous. Strength is shown in silence, while ignorance thrives in loudness and requires an audience. Sister, you are strong. God's got you. He will continue to bless you. Thank you. Thank you. This book, even just writing this was like, it took every ounce of my strength. And I was like, this is just one of many. There's a couple of things going to come out after this. There's a lot about to be dropped the rest of this year. Okay. As well, and the book as well. So I would just say stay tuned. And I absolutely guarantee you more funding to fund you through our program. Because at the end of the day, I'll be used as a vessel for healing, and helping y'all build your business, because I had to do this alone. I had to do this fighting for microlocks. I had to do this opening up the door so that a lot of people could come on in and act like I don't exist and act like, oh, we're gonna, and then, it's okay, but it's like not okay, but it's like I'm still going to fight for us to have our abundance, but let's have it right. If you're doing certain methods that are going to be damaging, harmful, because it is popular on some platforms, but not because you have really looked into the research of the results, long-term benefits, long-term proven methods and system effects of different tools, etc., I would say that there's very shaky ground you're building on. Okay, so what is hot, like a flash in the pan, was hot today could not be hot tomorrow. When people say they have a lot of followers, the followers are not loyal. They will hop on to the next. If you want to build this, I'd rather give me 1,000, give me 10, but let's say 1,000 loyal, respectful people that truly are connected in a very substantial way to the work we do, versus 100,000 people that I just like because it's just popular. Because those 1,000 people can make themselves, you and themselves, very successful. Me and a couple of other locticians want to speak on this matter. We want to speak on social media, Instagram, mental health, and this industry. I go a little bit deeper when I talk about you as a professional, your mental health behind the chair, your clients, or your mental health in the chair too, and client and all that. Again, this is not a conversation you want to keep ignoring. People are having mental health breaks left and right. Left and right. They may be your client, they may be you. Going through it. People are having deaths in the family and divorces back to back 1 year. You might have a few deaths in the family. You might be God forbid, get a diagnosis of something that you don't want. Have your hair, like, it's things change any moment. And so really building up the core of you is going to get you through. And people are more substantial in their practices and their behaviors. They will reap more substantial and abundant, like more quality results, as opposed to I just couldn't believe what was being said to me, because I had at that time even less followers than I have now, and this is a second backup IG page, and I was just like, they're really talking to me like this, because you don't have a lot of and you come to find out they're not making money off all those followers. They don't have a lot of people in their programs. They're not. And it's like, my program is 10 times bigger than yours, but I'm a little nothing. Like, it's just so crazy. Don't do that, please, y'all. Find your value, your worth, your sense of self in yourself, or your strength, your spiritual strength, whatever it is that helps you, and then go for it. I don't know why I'm being called to say these things, because I feel like I want to show up authentic, so I try to stick professional to the topic, but y'all just be quiet. When I start talking real, y'all comment and interact. I don't give a flying fig about social media like that, for real. I know my connection is going in and out, but yeah. So when you my doc, when it comes to what I've seen as far as how old is microlocks, what I've seen and my entry point of coining it, I did tell you I met with attorneys and we did scrub the known marks and what was known on the internet. And to best of our knowledge, I come in right at the origin of about 2009. Again, there was a sister loctician that was using microlocks to describe her sister locks, but she didn't really use it as a brand. It was just a word that she was just using because she didn't want to say sister. We already know, like, with sister locks, you have to represent them in a certain way. You can't misrepresent. Excuse me. So she wanted to, I guess, build up and kind of like describe small locks, but use her own word. That is the only known, and we have that person's info and everything, because I communicated with them because I wanted to make sure that I could clear the way for me to trademark. Again, life will happen. And I'm being honest, this is part of my story. This is a part of what I had to deal with and make peace with mentally. Lacking funds and support was the only thing that held me back. So when I like acquired, like microlocks.com and all those sites, there was no other real presence, none. And when you Googled microlocks in Brooklyn, when I started, I was the only business that came up that was verified by clients and people. So and when I started, I had my own space. So I appreciate your question. And when you see what you see today, it's very confused. That's why people keep hitting me up, because they're like so confused. But there's always strategy, and there's always ways to, if your goal is to keep quality information out and to make a brand around that, that's our goal. You will have a way to do it. So you will be still associated with high quality. That's why I started talking about how people have different definitions at this point. I always now I feel strong enough to talk about my origin story. I didn't feel strong enough years ago. That's why many people didn't know. Also, I was out of commission. I was a single parent fighting for custody of my child. Like, I was going through it. I was going through mental health, like depression, seriously. And that's why I don't mind talking about it, because I'm also a licensed therapist who understands I'm on both sides of the coin. So that is probably the most official story you're going to get. Now, the term, it can be general. People can say small locks, but no one, and don't let them ever fool you, we're using that term publicly before then. Around 2000, we were searching at 2009. So the person was using it a little bit prior. There was a little bit prior. We looked at when they established their sites and when they started using it, and it was 2009. That's also when we filed for trademark. I'm just beginning IG, and I'm terrified because of that. You're keeping it real. Thank you. And so I just feel like you can't, if I appreciate the people that have done their research. I appreciate the people that have reached out to me. I appreciate the people who understand this story and who are moving in respectful ways when they tell that story. Like, some people are like, oh, this is our first microlock event. It's like, no, it's not. But maybe on your platform, and maybe for the numbers, because social media wasn't out when I was doing when I was doing some of my little smaller things. It was in Brooklyn, New York. Your work is proof of your excellence, professional expertise. Thank you. And that's the only thing that we have. When IG falls, we have to ask ourselves, do we have a business if IG were to crash, if YouTube were to crash, if whatever, God forbid? Do what other ways am I demonstrating or high quality work, excellence? And it all boils down to, you gotta make it look excellent in real life. You gotta make your professionalism excellent in real life, because at the end of the day, all the other stuff fades, the dust settles, and now we're dealing with a person that is walking around with this that you've put, or your businesses. Now you want to expand and grow, and you're dealing with accountants, and you're dealing with, if that's your trajectory for your business and you want the real abundance, you're going to have things tightened up, because your biggest budget will be illegal. And I'm a single mama, and I've had to spend in one pop 10,000. I've wiped out my savings for the person to come up with another name and still try to. They already copied the sales. So, like, they copied the sales page the first time. They copied the entire name of my business, and then they pop back out. And the thing is, like, all right, I know there's people going to be using microlock, but just stop doing it in that way. You're trying to talk like me and look like me. You are literally, and then you can think, as a mental health worker, I'm like, that's how jealous people behave. You have your own abundance. That's perfect for you. And it might be in the same field, in the same kind of terminology, but it's going to be you. You don't have to be jealous. You just find out who you are and do it the right way. Because when people take that program, now they're asking for refunds. They're like, what? They're feeling gypped. You're tarnishing your reputation because you look like you're frauding people. And so I feel and sleep well at night, because I know nothing that I have is copied, and I know that I respect Sister Lot. I respect, even if she snatched my gun, my hair, I respect what she's laid for me to even do what I'm doing. And I will never, and the day that I don't do that is the day that karma is going to get my ass. It's going to be like, that's not, don't try to take that woman's walk. No. I like small locks as well, but I also like my contributions to it, which is my own unique thing. So if somebody has a contribution to it, I would love for it to be reflective of their unique walk as well. as opposed to seeing someone else translate it for themselves and create this thing and then say, I'm just going to take it. I got more followers. Now I'm better and I can talk down to her, because that's not how divine things work. It works for you to do what you're best in. And we really, really are powerful if we just started collaborating more. I really respect the people that have reached out and that I was, the events that I did participate in. Um, I really do respect. That really warmed my heart so much. Like I cried because I never, it was so moving for me to see Black women say, all right, maybe I didn't know about what she did. Maybe not, but I now know who she is, and I respect her contribution. Although I already have my own thing, I'm going to come up with a peace offering to show her that I respect what she's doing and what she's done, and that doesn't really threaten me what I'm doing. And if I need to change up something, or I'll look and research and find like maybe there's certain terminology, like then I'll just work so that we can all still can be abundant. That's so much respect. And when that was just so much respect. I see your comments. Did you create the name? Well, I didn't proceed to finish fully trademarking. Oh, I'll leave it up. Trademarking it. So, in some, let me leave it up. It keeps, in some way, there's no, people can use it. I actually made a video about it. I like when I freestyle my lives, because I contemplate pulling on my YouTube and showing y'all this video, but it's going to take me back emotionally. I might cry. I'm emotional. Once I realized I couldn't get that mark, I made a YouTube video, y'all, like over 10 years ago. It must have been 2011 or before my daughter, so maybe 2011. And the comments really that were kind of crazy were from Sister Line. Because they were like, what? You're just doing Sister Line. So I was like, I don't even know what y'all tool looks like. You want to see the video? Look at your name. You not scared. You want to fight. Look at your name. Never scared, ho. All right, y'all. Let me pull up my screen. Let me connect my second screen. It's probably going to do some blinking, so that way I could easily find a YouTube video. She said yes. So I think the video I'm going to show y'all is microlocks. Is not another word for Sister Lassana. I might cry. I haven't watched it in over a decade because I have PTSD. They came for me. I told y'all they swarmed down. Woo! You saw John Wayne snatch the mic. Imagine, what the people did when you started introducing and really talking about something that they felt was threatening to Sister Lie brand. They wanted to own all small locks. And so when you say I didn't have it started, but I was inspired, they're like, what? And then when they see it actually look like, oh, y'all want me to show the video? Lord, y'all are YouTube coming in strong. It's all right. None of us are scared. We got locks. Show the video. Yeah, show the video. Let me see what y'all saying on IG, because sorry. Good work. It's easy for me to put all unnecessary effort in fighting the virtual monsters in the store. I've been longing to learn the genuine. No, I want to see the video. You need to let go. It's hard. Absolutely. And that's the process I've been in. Definitely. The only thing that I think, you obviously need to focus on what impacts what you've actually protected with your own marks. So with Microlock Mastery, when people are saying Microlock Master, Elite Microlock Master, like Microlock Master, all those not own that mark as well. So things when people come real close like that, you're like, now come on. Someone show me a couple of things and it's like all these, a whole tour. And I'm like, oh, okay. And a lot of people have started with Sister Locks. Again, my story does not start with Sister Locks. I am not deprogramming myself from the multiple rotations and stuff. Hold on, y'all. I'm pulling it up. Give me a second. So for me, I came in with this, like, I didn't copy what they did and just find another name for it. I was using a similar, interwoven kind of technique, but it wasn't, I didn't know anything else. about their system that I was just using a copy. And it was like, genuinely, how can we do this strong? How can we do this way? How can we fix this? How can we create extension? That's a whole other segment. We're going to have a free um, microlock extension webinar. That's a whole other beast. Okay. But, and then beast of cleaning up, because there's still things that are like, so I have a big extension project, a client. So I'm definitely going to be pulling and showing y'all that process. I don't take a whole lot on because I don't have the time, but when I do, I try to capture it. All right, so let's go into my video. Let me share my screen. My lock wonderful. Okay. All right. If I see y'all fading in numbers, I'm not going to do it. Y'all need to stay. What y'all need to do is also like the video on YouTube. You need to like it on Instagram, or you need to like a post or something, because I'm opening up so vulnerably, and in an effort to create boundaries of not being used, because that's my story, used and taken, things taken. I have to put boundaries and ask for y'all to show a little love, especially if you value anything that I've ever shared or said, or you just show me some love. So I give y'all a moment to go ahead and like the video. I'll give you a moment to find something to like on the page, or you may not need to click off. Maybe, I don't know, click off and come back while I'll queue up everything. Okay. Just to show love. I appreciate the love. I'm going to tell you, on a spiritual note, everyone who's ever done that has been blessed, right? When people show love certain people, I'll leave it there. You actually just be, because it's you being honest and loving to another helps you also receive that same energy back. With certain people, it's faster. Okay, so let me open up YouTube and show y'all my screen. Thank you. Never scared. I can't help but laugh your name. Laugh at your name. I love it. Let's see what y'all did on IG. Did y'all? It's who's everywhere on your social. I know it's a funny. I know a few of you. Y'all go back and forth between YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I love it. And I'm sorry, Facebook group. I'm going to go up. IG, y'all hopping off to like post and y'all coming back, right? Because I'm about to show y'all. And y'all might see me cry. I can't be talking about me. All right. Thank you. Locks by SEO. Why support bootleg style? Oh, someone's talking about, okay. Oh, this is painful. Presents. Okay. We're going to share my second screen. Let me share the audio. Okay. Hold on now. I got to find and go on my page. Y'all see what I've been watching, the little ratchet stuff I watch. Okay. Mm. Let's get to these videos. You always get in last. Yes. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you for taking it and appreciating it. Ooh, I see y'all. I see y'all joining. Okay. Okay, IG. Is the screen black on IG? Comment and let me know if you can see it. I see all y'all names. So let me know if you can see the screen I'm about to share. We're about to have a rare, vulnerable moment of me going down memory lane of some of my first microlock videos on YouTube. And it's controversial because the comments triggered the hell out of me. You can see? Good. I can't see on my screen. Okay. Let me go ahead and make it bigger for you. So, all right, we're going down memory lane. And so, yeah, y'all, My view, so I'm thinking right now. So I'm closing some tabs. Okay. When I came back out of the pits of hell where I was viewers being significantly less than when you used to be live. And I tell y'all again, focusing on our external, a need for external validation. Okay. So it was more important for me to keep somebody else getting 1 million views. Because for views, please stay strong. Even if it's, as long as it's one person, that's my rule of thumb. As long as I help one person, it's effective. You'll find out you might have 5 people that have been impacted or, really appreciate your things, and you don't have a whole lot of likes. Here we go. We're getting into 9-10 years ago now. Okay, where is... Oh. All right, I'm looking for a particular video. I used to have a brand called Brothers That Love Sisters with Natural Hair. Oh, God, right down memory lane. Oh, let me take off. I got my... Oh, God. Let me take off. Thank you. The banner on the bottom so we can get full screen. And let me... Oh, Lord. Hi, Main Moves. Sending love to you, love. Oh, God. Y'all, just bear with me. Can I put myself at the bottom? Oh, all right. I'm looking for the video. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to take this comment off, too. Okay. Where is it? So I have answering common questions about micro-sized locks, and then I have why I call my locks micro locks, a history of my company's use of the word. But I want to find, this is the one, micro locks are not another word for sister locks. I don't want to see these comments, y'all, but let's listen to it. Okay. Someone told me I should take this video and put it on my platform just to show how long I've been doing this. Okay. Y'all ready? Okay. I don't want to see no comments. I'm going to make it big. Don't laugh either.
Naturally beautiful hair care. Hi, this is Jessica Marshall at the Trademark Attorney's Office for the United States on the instruction of microlocks. It is a separate thing from sister locks.
My circle, it's like this. The connection is weird. Can y'all hear it okay? Yes, look at my baby face. So y'all, now remember, I was actively in the attorney's office, and I really thought that I was going to have this money and we was going to secure it because we had it all open. It was wide open for me to do it. And that's why I spoke so confidently. And that is why I have my own unique way that I am in this industry, how I may or may not interact, because it really bothered me. But if y'all could hear it okay, I'm going to continue to play. Hold up. Did I mute myself? Hold on, y'all. Y'all can hear me? Yeah, y'all can hear me. Okay. I feel like every time I go between... Yes, okay. I'm going to go back. All right, let's go.
That people know that microlocks are not this synonymous with sister locks. It's not a term that's used to say sister locks. I've been using the term since about 2008 to describe my small micro interwoven locks that were not started under the Sister Lock brand. I had my no Sister Lock tool has ever touched my hair, and has never been used to maintain any sessions of retightening for me. I started to formulate my business and my company using different interlocking tools. I've used the Nappy Lock tool, and I've also have a tool of my own that'll be available in the market shortly. I do want to make note that I've been seeing some information out there, and I wanted to clear it up. Sister Lock's company has been a very visual part of the small locks, and they've I give a lot of credit, and in my original websites gave a lot of credit. I wanted to make sure that people knew that I was not going to be installing your sister locks. I will be installing what I term micro locks. It's a term that I include any micro-sized locks. We're not limited to the same structure and criteria as the Sister Lock company. I wanted to let you know that there are some subtle differences, that I have over half of my clients are former Sister Lock clients. I'm in New York, Brooklyn, New York, and I have clients that span many states nationally that come to me. So they're not just coming to me from other New York Sister Locticians. Some come with me with a bag full of locks that are broken off. Some come, with various things. I noticed that when I was attempting to address these situations, that a lot of their locks were a little bit puffier and fluffier. Their ends were sometimes fatter, and I saw some inconsistencies in a lot of their locks throughout. Inconsistencies meaning inconsistencies from each lock to each lock, and also from the length of the lock, where it should be the same exact size. I noticed some were thinner. That led me to think that it could possibly be maybe the tension from the tool. Perhaps the tool doesn't allow it to get as tight as the tools that I've been using or other people have been using. And so it allowed there to be a fray in the lock. When there's a rope that's frayed, similarly, the rope will snap. That's the weakest point. We don't want weak points in our locks if we want to maintain our locks. I think that that's just a general thing that I aim for with my clients, with my own hair. I noticed that. So I noticed when I use my tools, a little bit tighter and gray. Like, you can act seasoned. You're probably better off, and I'm going to be honest with you, because of the brand's stronghold on some people. You might want to ask people who used to maybe be a part of the brand, or who maybe have a little more open mind, to give you some realistic comparisons. But in asking my mentors and asking people who have been in the industry since the beginning of the brand of Sister Lock, so you're talking about 20 years or so of observation and practice and research, have concurred with what I'm saying. Not every Sister Lock is going to do that, but I want people to be aware that if you're brand loyal, you will be limited. Sister Locticians cannot call their locks Sister Locks if they do not use a Sister Lock tool. I know as a distributor of the Nappy Lock tool that I distributed plenty of Nappy Lock tools to Sister Locticians who use those tools on their clients, and they may or may not tell them. So the Sister Locks is not a default to small locks. Sister Locks is a very popular and successful brand of small locks. However, if you don't go that route, and you want to go maybe the micro lock route, or call it another Nappy Lock route, or just say micro lock, mini lock, whatever term you're going to use, know that it's okay. You can be very different from Sister Locks. You're not by default Sister Locks. So to the videos that I've been seeing saying they're the same thing, they're not necessarily the same thing, but Micro Lock's approach is that we are inclusive, we are not divisive. So if you want to call your Sister Locks part of the Micro Lock's generic term, understand that you're still brand loyal to Sister Locks. They're not, you have to kind of figure out if you're going to call them Sister Locks, you're probably better off just calling them Sister Locks. But if you're not using a Sister Lock tool and you want to call them something else, then that's a different story. As I get further into my instructional, certified, and official Microlock branding technique, you may notice that there's even a difference between that and what people call microlocks. Anybody can do hair. Anybody can say they do hair great. But I think that there are many systems that are out there, and there are other systems, and we have a system that is out there, and that it's not the same as a Sister Lock system in essence. It's correct to say that the technique is very similar, but it's not identical. So you're not going to get identical results from two things that are not identical. Not identical tools. We probably may not use identical parting grid, or we may. It all depends. And the skill of the loctician may be different than what they're trained on focusing on. So I want to just put that information out there. I may have forgotten some points with the pregnancy brain, but I do want to put that out there. I will continue to call my hair Microlocks. I continue to distinguish it. If I was a part of the Sister Lock company, then I would call them Sister Locks, but they're not. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
I realized I thought it was done. I guess I have some pictures here. Oh my God. I have not seen this video in over 10 years. And at the time, these were my clients that I started. I guess it's another one. So my daughter is going to be 11 this year. So I was pregnant with her. You're talking about over 11 years ago. I did this video. About 11. That's the client that started with a perm. Oh my God, I didn't realize I did all of this. That's me, obviously. Keisha was published. Damn, y'all. Whew. Oh, let's listen to that. Whew. Every time I say I'm not going to cry, it won't stop. So let me just. I don't know why I'm crying. I just haven't seen that video. And I was pregnant. And I was about to enter into the darkest time of my life. And I was so enthusiastic about building this brand and already got so much heat. If I could show y'all some of the comments, maybe I will show y'all. Let me go back. Sometimes watching something from the past brings you back. And those main moves. There are many people who get Sister Locks losing hair at the crown. Thank you for the hug main moves. Thank you. Do y'all understand how maybe someone like me, or you would feel if you were walking in this path like all those years ago, and you come back and you try to continue your truth about what you've been experiencing, and then people are like dismissive? Or I tell you, when I started Microlock Mastery, someone copied our sales page, took the name Microlock Master, and made a duplicate. They're still out there. They keep rebranding to try to copy our. And you're like, okay, but I have passion. I'm not faking. I'm not new. I don't know. Let me see what's going on with this comment. So I'm not gonna necessarily look at the comments, but I'm gonna show y'all the rest of the video. That's my highest viewed video, I believe. At the time, it was, let me show you my screen. And I started using the trademark because I was advised when you're in the process, you can go ahead and use the trademark. My biggest thing at that time was calling it was Sister Locks. I don't I don't need to look at the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta do this in baby steps. I'm very, very much about protecting my mental health. I already know I'm very sensitive. So I'll go back to the rest of the videos and we can maybe look at or whatever questions. But I persevered. You made it allowed to be just as vulnerable. Yeah, thank you. But I did get a lot of comments on there, like just going at it with me. And I know like maybe I'm naive. I was naive. I didn't secure what I needed to. I started talking about it. You can even see that even in that video on the sidebar, people started making microlock videos about their installations. And again, it was different back then too because they were still using interwoven. When I got off of YouTube and came back, um, when I came back, I was like, what two-strand twist? And that's why I speak so confidently about it, because I know that there's so many problems that could potentially, like, I know it was needed for the string. Some people started arguing with me, like, you could start them anyway. And I'm like, y'all try. And I remember someone came to my chair, they were trying to school me on what microlocks were. And I was like, well, I started that branding. No, but it's this, and you should follow this person. And I was like, okay. And then I felt like, okay, thank you, Olive. I was like, I'm not going to slay that dragon of the YouTube explosion of DIY, because like people can easily at that time get a lot of followers because not a lot at that time. I could probably show y'all. I mean, I would tell y'all I'm gonna comment. I could probably show y'all, but then I disappear. You can kind of see where the views drop. Like that video, it is old now, but it went up to 55K early. It wasn't just because it's been there for so long. That video hit 50,000 views very early while it was still active all those years ago. And so the comments would come in. So then I started, I'm trying to get back to that video. Where is it? Y'all see the first video I did was installing extensions on Sister Locks 13 years ago. Well, it says 13 years ago when I posted it. It's not a good video, y'all. I mean, as far as like, I'm not showing you how to do it. So people got mad at me. But I showed you the before and after. And so like I tell people like how I spell Sister Lock. I tell people this is I'm not deleting these old videos. This is like the only receipts that I have at this point in my life of some of the things I was doing. So I have what I call my locks, micro locks. So I go in on that video, but this one got. And then I talked about the locking tool, how it can affect what you call. Wait, oh, that's answering common questions. And then micro locks is not another word for sister locks. That was the one that hit everybody's nerve. Like, not everybody. It was a lot of. Look. I don't even want. Facial fears, Jessica. Just look at the comments. 10 years ago. So let me see. How cool is it? But y'all said I wanted to show y'all. Y'all be hating on her for patenting. So you can't patent and you can't copyright hairstyle. But this, we didn't know these words back then. But just be glad that a fellow sister was able to do it so, for some white corporation did it, just added to the list of things they taken from us. And then that's not the mean comments. There was mean comments. they're not even mean. I guess I don't feel like going through no more though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. So yeah, I showed y'all the video. It's alright. And now I'm gonna have YouTube show me every damn microlock and sister lock video. That's how, 'cause I watched my one video. I hate YouTube for that. It's like, stop. People are like, it's just interesting. Don't argue with them. But let me see y'all comments because I can't. Um, I'm happy to know Michael's background. Now I'm informed. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you didn't give up. Don't give up on anything, y'all. I think I just want things to be like an example for whatever our stories are, whatever we have passion for. Whoo, child. Do I look a mess? Hold on, here's my face. No, that we don't stop. Because sometimes you have something that just doesn't stop. You dream about it. I literally get information. I dream. I think. I'm quiet. And I'm like, oh, do this, do that. That's how something said, do the online program now, end of 2020, end of 2019. And 2 months later, we were on shutdown. Like, I feel like go with, when you are aligned divinely, don't ever worry about what you think you see because you are given support. So maybe the timing is now that my information can be heard or that it's heard differently now. I mean, there's a lot of chatter and noise and people saying, a lot of it's oversaturated and people are saying whatever they want and growing businesses and creating trainings or whatever. But you can never fake an origin story. You can never fake a gift, a passion, and alignment. And that's why I want everybody to just move on their alignment. It may be very similar, but I will know when someone's moving in their alignment because you can't. Someone got in the comment. I don't even want to address it, but someone got in the comments about one of my other videos about something. They're like, I'm a cosmetologist for all these years. And I appreciate that. I respect that. But I can tell already they were moving with ego and they wanted to just challenge. And I was like, I'm not trying to say I'm absolutely 100% right, but my recommendation is to what I had talked about in that trimming video, that cutting, it should be done with skill. And it kept going and going. And that just kind of made me say, I'm going to choose peace because I could try to tell you and show you the results of what I've been experiencing with hundreds of clients. They were like, I have thousands of cosmetology clients, but do you not have hundreds of microlock with this system and brand because you're not me. So you weren't creating it in a certain way 16 years ago and doing these standards on all these clients back from then to now to have enough of a, testing the results. My brain is not working statistics. But anyway, you don't have enough numbers to say for sure that you have to like I don't, and I have enough to say I've seen what happens when people are unnecessarily cutting, and I've seen what happens when they don't, and I've seen hair that strides, I've seen texture, so I can speak from my experience, and it's mine, but and then I use that to create data that I can drive future best practices in. And so when someone's arguing stuff on the ego, like I just kind of is a little irritated because I don't do that I don't get on other people's threads and just go. I just let y'all see what y'all see. See what you see. Use the information. If you find it helpful, that's enough for you to say, I trust what is being sold to me or not. I can see the results of that thing or not. I don't want people to do that. I think people need to. She took a breath and just been like, so yeah, this is the time where I'm just, sorry y'all if I'm not entertaining y'all and I'm just rambling. But my extensions, again, when I tell y'all I was creating and doing things that didn't exist, it is from creating and doing. I'll show y'all these. Y'all want to see the extension video? And this, when I tell you the story about the lady, the sister loctician that came and tried to chew my head off for an hour, that I had to tell her, okay, go away, because I was really nice in the beginning. This is her client, and this is that hair show. And because she didn't know how to do extensions or reattachments, or it didn't exist, the sister lock, she found it okay. And because I smiled and I was nice, she found it okay that she can stand in my booth for an hour and tell me that I have sister locks and I'm doing sister locks and that's what I have, and that's what I should just give the credit of what I created to extend this client to sister locks. Although I've never been in sister locks trainings, they don't teach it, but I should give it credit. And then she just like stood there, and that's just the kind of heat that I took for years to grow microlocks as a legit thing, y'all. That's why I tell people, walk the shoes of certain people. You will be like, wait a minute, like you don't have to deal with necessarily some of these things now, but
So we're at the Baltimore Natural Haircut Expo, and this is lovely Robin. Okay, so she's gonna get
it looks
extensions. I'm just
terrible,
gonna
y'all.
show you before, and then we'll come back and show you after.
Oh, the quality is awful, y'all. Don't judge, okay? The quality is awful because let's look at part two. It got 2 likes because I wasn't showing y'all nothing. But what I am using this for is to show that this was being done. Where's the result? Come on, results. That was my first YouTube video. Like, I didn't even understand YouTube at that time. I was just like, okay, did you put a video up and that's what you do? Why is this not showing? So I know that people did not see me do it, so they were like mad. I can't. My computer's too slow right now. Um, when you are following your God-given passion, destiny, statement with everything that you, your dreams, and find passion. What I just say, I thank you, is that a lot of things happen to test you, and but my spirituality sets it up where I feel like we have a higher self. We test ourselves. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll do a live off the record, and I'll share more of my views on that. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. Okay. Oh Lord, but yeah, I don't have to show no more video unless y'all want to say anything else. Just let me know. But I just this was taking me down memory lane, and it's an emotional. So like I came back out with Michael Lock Mastery, which was featured in Black Enterprise, this whole big thing. It started the whole slew of online Michael Lock trainings because it wasn't in existence when I started. So many things that weren't in existence when I started. But then you have to be strong-willed when you only see 190 views, or you only have a small number of losses. People are watching you, and that's why I tell people, for many reasons, this is a lesson of protection. Legally, spiritually, financially, like work on that, because you already know people get inspired. Sometimes people get into just copying and taking away, and they will never like anything, but they will sure enough incorporate and use and build off what you've blood, sweat, and tears had to do. So I was 6 years ago, I'd made 10-year anniversary. So now I hear 16 years old. These are the roughest dark ages right now. These videos here. And so I still do. You can see the difference between this Jessica and then me now, or even just me in the other videos. I had been through a lot, and I still wanted to show up. And oh my God, this was another So this was another video. Can we not anymore? I'm gonna get off of here. Hold on. You had to deal with the pushback for Lebanese. It's a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't mind certain things. I wouldn't mind. There's certain things, There's sometimes, well, just the mean statements, the passive aggressive statements, the assumption that if you don't have a lot of followers, that you're not worth anything, or you can go ahead and be not included or copied, and it kind of shows on the other end that the person doesn't do enough research, or the person is banking off of people of just popularity. I don't think either of those things are good characters to have in any program or any person that I'd like to support. I think that in any field or genre, if I'm going or entering into it or wanting to have a certain thing, any even creating a business, just doing a research of the market and Like even seeing people choose names or calling their classes something, and it's like, but you just use Michael Mastery, and that's a whole mark. You didn't care, or you're trying to confuse. There's people that there is a person that's intentionally trying to do that. I used to have to talk to tell y'all to be careful. She's like a snake. I would never trust. You're not going to get your money's worth. They're doing tours and doing all these things, and they're trying to create a 1 day or a 4 day or whatever. And it's like, you don't want to shortchange your learning either, because somebody is trying to condense the money that they can get from you in the shortest amount of time. But it doesn't give you follow up. It doesn't give you actual structure and curriculum. It doesn't give you like in a way that is of a solid, credible program. Let's put it that way. But you can put your money wherever you want. But I just think that if you're going to invest your money, investing it wisely to get a better return is always wise. So you have more money to work with for your other investments, as opposed to, unless you want to take a bunch of different trainings, and some that may or may not exist in the next year because the name has to change, or they have to stop what they're doing because they didn't set it up properly. Or you can, you want to be more strategic with your movements. That's what I just tell people. And I hate to see people get scammed. Oh, thank you. I look the same plus 80 pounds. Wait, no, not 80 pounds. How much did I weigh? Dang. At least 50 pounds. It depends on which videos you're looking at. But thank you. I'm older. I was pregnant in some of those videos. Or, yeah. So you're old, at least 11 years, 12 years ago. Hey, Glorious Locks. You'll compliment your start business for. Okay, Tyler, I just saw it. Thank you. Okay. Plant on good ground. Here's how you would become multi-powerful. Here's how you become maximum powerful. Number one, like I said, powerful is so different from what you think you see versus what you really got, right? Again, know who you are. Stand strong in that. Don't get discouraged by what you think you see. I say that for prosperity too. Like you could look at your bank account, be like, it could say 14 cents. But when you know you're abundant and you start feeling that way, watch how money comes, right? Watch how money comes in, resources come in. I tell people having faith. So pulling on whatever your spiritual, whatever it is, or just knowing who you are. Knowing who you are stops. It helps. It's already half the way there from being ultimately powerful. And that's how I'm getting through. It's like, well, you know who you are. You know what you keep creating. You know what you keep inspiring. Do you need the validation, or do you need to validate yourself first? So that's what helps me. So then you get to the point where you're like, I don't really need anybody else to tell me I'm dope. You don't need anybody else to tell you you're dope, because you just are. It's going to show in what you do. It's going to show in what you create. It's going to show in your skills. Like, I'm like, people can't really deny what they see. Now, you can be under a spell for a moment. You know how sometimes, I want to say so much, I keep stopping myself. I'll just say this. When people are in cult-like groups, there's a way that they appear. It's like they're under a spell. Their eyes are wide. I said, I've noticed certain people they were like, oh, yes, and don't blink. And they're just like, and then it's an energy. It's like, and then it wears off when reality sets in and you're left to face what you really see. You know, sometimes like, I don't know what I saw in that man, or I don't know what I was thinking, because you get caught up in the energy of excitement or energy of whatever. And then you'll start looking at facts. So you start looking at the actual thing when it wears off, and that's what you're left with. So that happens to us a lot. It happens to me. You get caught up. People market to that. Oh, yes. You get caught up in the excitement of it. But what's left at the end of the day is what you're left with. Infomercials rely on that. Sister Law relied on that. And that's why people would go like bots and go attack people who are a threat. It's like, it's not, you're not going to break my, fantasy of that. This is the only, it's like those who think for themselves started to say, hey, I do want to expand and knowing how to do repair or extensions, or I want to try a different tool, y'all. Every time I talk my nose. And then so they are the ones that end up thinking for themselves and being able to move around. And then the ones who are confident who they are, they're not sneaking. They're not sneaking too. Because back then when I did those videos, child, the sneaking for the fear of being sued by that company was wild. It was so wild. And I was getting I was getting strays because I was just all excited about this whole new option. And that's why I was getting so many strays for I was like the martyr to pave the way for everybody else to come in and not acknowledge. It was like he trample over. She don't got no followers. Like, so here we go. We could go ahead and start using microlocks, but they were using it because at first they didn't want to get sued. And I was talking about that. I'm not going to keep. So people were like, why do you want? Someone told only one person, but this, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to. Someone in the industry was like, trying to tell me Sister Locks inspired me. I said, of course. But I can also talk about ways that, things have been harmful that we can correct within this realm of small locks. Well, why would you even have to say? You shouldn't even say anything. And you shouldn't have ever, you don't need to show the video of them snatching the mic. Only one person said, like, and I was like, why wouldn't I? But I felt that my commentary and behaviors afterward was still demonstrative is how you say that word. Big word, of how you can still handle something professionally even when it's done wrong. So do we just not acknowledge that behavior is happening? And if they're an elder, they're not. I have elders are a distinct title. You don't give to everyone, but they can be someone that's a pioneer. They could be someone that's very smart, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're an elder of our community, because elders don't act like that. And you don't excuse poor behavior because they established, like, that's not how I do it, and I will never do it. And that's my therapy background talking, that's my social work background talking, and that's my wanting to make change, that lasting change that's positive for us talking. We don't not confront things that we need to confront. I give that advice as a therapist to clients. The more you run and hide and not talk about the things that make you uncomfortable because it stirs the water, or because somebody might judge you for it, but in the end of it, on the other end of that uncomfortable conversation, where that stirred pot is hopefully a much better outcome, a much more healed, a much more, at least people acknowledging, so that they can move differently, or they can at least know, that this is something that we should be paying attention to. I don't not talk about stuff. So I may, as I said, sometimes what I say is not popular. You think I'm gonna stop talking about it because 55 million people want to do something in a certain way? They want to give you 2-strand loose twist with an interlock root and half of it falls out. Do you think I'm gonna stop talking about it because I want likes? I have enough. That's where building confidence and self-worth jumps in. I don't care about not having a lot of likes if it helps people maximize their money and their investment and truly get what they want. I don't care about a social media. That doesn't tell me my worth, right? So I see people, though, struggle with that. And they become so enmeshed in trying to keep a facade, or try to keep certain, or whatever it is. It's either that, or it just, things are like misguided. It's not really like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, you want attention. What do you want to follow? Or do you can take that energy and go ahead and focus it on producing great quality work, or fixing the work that you messed up, instead of just trying to just be loud? Can you, or just have attention on you, or just get followers? What's the end game? To feed your ego and give you that validation you wish you got from childhood, from your mama, from your auntie? Or is it going to be that you demonstrate and display your talents that you were gifted with, or that you learned, or that you developed, that are going to be helpful for other people? That's the choices that I want people to really look at. And that's why I say mental health will always be important. Because if you don't know who you are, or you're easily swayed, and there's a lot of us struggle, it doesn't matter our background. That's one thing I noticed, especially with women that I counseled, and myself too, my own story that I share from time to time, some of my story. That is the biggest struggle. So yeah, people can have fantastic skill, or they can have whatever they have. But if you don't feel good about you deep to the core, It is going to come out and how you act. You are going to be threatened. You're going to feel not like, so that's why strong communities are important. Surrounding yourself with people who can give you that. I have sister girlfriends in this industry now. When I'm feeling a little down or weak, or when they're feeling a little down or weak, guess what? We build each other back up. And I always ended like, you better know who the F you are. And then she, leaving feeling empowered, feeling strong, being reminded of who you are. Because you're not my competition. We are each other. We are reflections of each other. So that is why I'm going to keep going on my rant. I'm sorry. I'm a social worker therapist here. All of this comes together for me like this. And the way that I've experienced this industry has been very disappointing. Again, I didn't come in through some of the routes other people came in through. I came in with an Ivy League master's degree in social work, who struggled through a process of loving myself and having options for myself and my hair care. That is how I got in this industry. And so that is the perspective that I have. Nobody's going to tell me to shut up, don't say nothing, and do this and shuck and jive for views, because that's not who I am. I don't do that. I will give people the results so they can feel just as empowered as I felt. Because I tell y'all all the time, if I sat in some of these people's chairs now, like I did back then, we would have a problem. We would have a problem. And all the money that I had to save up, I ain't had all the money, but the amount of money I put on my hair at that time was the most I've ever spent on my hair. At that time, 16 years, 2007, I put my deposit down for my hair. I got my hair in 2008. Already at that time, that money was a lot. So I don't play about that, and I won't. So if it means there's a couple of people that inbox me because, it's not always popular to support somebody saying something that's going against the grain, but y'all be up in inboxes, y'all be in the free webinars, y'all be getting free. So I know my stuff is valuable. So much, just one of my pages, we got 20K hits on it. Y'all feeling, and the conversion rate is crazy. So y'all like my information. If I relied on y'all showing me through likes and stuff, I could be sitting here with little stuff. Oh my God, my stuff. No, my stuff is valuable. Just like you should feel. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. I was going to make a point. I was making a point about knowing who you are, this industry, why I speak up how. So I just, I cry. See, I go up and down. I cried about sharing some of those videos, but I'm glad I saw it, because it just tells me, girl, I haven't watched that video in so many years, over a decade. And I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying the same exact points that I'm saying now at 44 years old. When I was 31 in that video, like, that just told me I'm not fake. Like, I'm like, let me find out I'm saying. I was even waiting for me to say something contradictory. I was waiting. I was like, what did I say back then? And it's the same thing. So I'm not saying, all I'm saying is that even for me, the consistency just helps me. It just helps confirm for me. You are all right. You're saying what your spirit has always been saying. This has been something I've been saying from my experiences, from what I was encountering, from the results that I was giving with my clients at that time, and all the way through to now, from creating the micro-lock extensions, from creating all these things. And then I see, people pop up with stuff. But all I want to say is that know who you are. Follow your intuition, because most of y'all watching are Black women, and we got the highest connection to divine source. Follow it and know who you are, and follow. Please don't get distracted by stuff, because some people really truly know. I hear people even say on my comments, I was gonna go to this person for 3,000. I was about to go to them, but something in my spirit said, I don't know, because I never saw long-term results. But I'm told by one person I should shut up. Saving people, allowing people to tap into who they are and say, you follow. If that person's doing great work, follow them. Like, at the end of the day, we got enough for all of us. I want to help minimize harm and, and help guide people to whatever is going to help them feel their best and perform their best in this world, in this realm, in the way that I can do that. So I'm not going to let junk fly. I'm not chasing and trying to align with people for like, that stuff is when you start to, I think when you start to like really work on yourself, you really realize how ridiculous that is. We got older people that call themselves elders chasing likes, aligning with people because they got a large following, knowing people who know me, people who've been seeing me hit the pavement in Brooklyn. You think they would include me or treat me with respect? But that's what's given to me as my walk so that I can tap into who I am. Because y'all know I'm not going to stop. I tell people I am not going to stop with this. If it makes you uncomfortable, I'm sorry. You should not stop with your passion. I'm not going to stop. And when I die, my spirit will continue to do this work. I'm not going to. And that's how I used to always move. So when I was down for the count, going through custody court, down for the count, raising my child, losing my home, sleeping on the floor. I'm cursing, sorry, y'all. My passion, my spirit. And a lot of y'all have the same struggle. A lot of y'all have the same walk. You can come back from it. Don't worry about what you think you see. If it's something that drives your existence, like I literally was told by my mother, stop doing your business and get a good government job. Why are you doing this hair? What did you go to Columbia for? Why are you doing this? She tells me that when my job, what I made in one weekend with my business was more than what I made in a whole month as an assistant director, clinical director of a nonprofit. And they want to tell me to quit my passion. And when she said that, I said, that's like you telling me to die. I said, I don't care if you don't understand it. I don't care if to you it's just hair. I don't care. There's specific walks we have that don't make sense to sometimes even us. But we have specific walks and specific ways we're supposed to impact others. And yeah, you might be very, very discouraged and very distracted and very things. People will literally not like your stuff because they know if you're swayed by likes, if you're swayed by what you see, that's gonna make you feel bad. And I want you to feel bad because I don't want you to feel powerful, because if you do, you'll threaten me because I don't have enough self-esteem to just exist with you feeling powerful, because it's going to remind me that I don't feel powerful. This is real. This is mental health. This is mental health. That's why me as a licensed social worker, therapist, is in the beauty space. It came together for me through these years as to why I'm in this space. And because I have a passion for microlock, something that I created, it sounds like a weird combo, but this is my unique walk. How could I ever figure that out then? Besides, this is a hobby. I'm talking about it. I literally felt ashamed to say that I had a hair business, but I was making more money and having more satisfaction in that space than not say more, but it was kind of maybe more in a certain way than a social work, because some social work jobs are trash. I hated some of those jobs. I hated it. I hated the red tape. I hated it. Some things I loved. I loved working at Columbia. I loved working in the education space. I loved it. I loved being a teaching assistant. I loved being an academic advisor. I loved helping curriculum and helping guide people and coach people. It's like coaching, but I was paid through the university. And I was able to talk to a lot of the Black people on campus, a lot of the Black women, and about my business on the side. And they were like, this is fantastic. This is what we need. The Black students I did a whole panel with some of those people that act like I don't exist or don't, they were on a panel at Columbia University because we talked about the economics of Black hair at the Columbia University School of Social Work. The students wanted to talk about it. And I said, let me put a panel together since I'm an employee here and I'm connected to the Black Students Caucus. And I had some people from Brooklyn and New York and got on a panel who I thought that, I was like, let me tap my network. That's how I move. You got expertise. You've been in this industry. Let's talk about it and get these students. And that's the kind of waves and moves that I do. And I want to incorporate. And that's why I want to do the scholarship grants for the women in this program. I don't play about what I talk about. My information needs to be solid, though. My skills need to be solid. If I sat up here with 55 knots in my hair, with loose hair, with bald spots, with, would you take my advice as much? You might. I don't know. I wouldn't take my advice. I just speak from who I am and what my life is like. And if I felt like I have a passion for a certain level or a certain style, I tell people, if this is not what you want, it's fine. Don't follow me. Don't hear my advice, because I'm going to give you something similar. And it's okay if it's not what you want. But it's me. And this is the way I come together. Social work. Natural, the hair has been in my blood since I was a baby. My family never could deny that. I was teaching myself how to do hair when I was 7 and 8 years old. I was braiding. I was doing all the little kids' hair in my family. That was me. And everybody in the family knew that. When I started hair business, it was like, it kind of makes sense because you always did hair. You always wanted mannequin heads, you know, watched whatever I could, learned. Um, I like this question. Do you think people who didn't get enough attention, love, in childhood are the ones who have this heart? Yes. Well, successful, everyone should probably want to be successful. Getting rich on whatever to show people. I do think people use external things to try to show people their worth, or they use external means to validate. I do agree with that. And a lot of everything comes from childhood. I want everybody to think about what was happening to you at the age of 8. That's a magic number. A lot of things around the age of 8. Whew, I had to switch. What's my personal page? Jessica Abena Marshall on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Lord. Jessica Abena Marshall on Facebook is a page that is more personal. I do talk a lot about more personal things on there, but in the effort to help. I was so you'll find our childhood stories is what drives us. If we don't make peace, if we don't resolve, if we don't heal through, we will always be moving from that inner child, even as old, grown ass adults. Adults that don't get along with people, adults that are easily intimidated, adults that need popularity to say, hey, look, I'm you know, it's crazy. Like, think about people that were popular in high school, and as you're an adult, a lot of them, they rely so much on that external validation that they are not happy. They probably not. Some of them are not working jobs that they're working low paying job. Like, it always, look at the bullies. Look at the people that like you. It's it is very common. Your stuff is definitely about. Well, thank you. Um, Hi there. I'm doing good. Thank you for liking my video. It's an amazing combo. It started off rocky. I was like, I'm saying stuff. People probably like, ugh, she's dramatic. She's dramatic. But I had to pull out some, just show some receipts. It's one thing, like, I don't ever, maybe that's what I needed to do for my own healing. I needed to look at that video. I needed to cry. I needed to mourn that Jessica that was so enthusiastic and talked as if I had it. I talked as if I had this trademark because I was like, I got it. And when SHIT hit the fan, you didn't have it. But you can bounce back and recover from anything. So I tell people, don't worry about one thing, because strategy and making sure you build up what you need to build up in other ways is probably even going to be more powerful than what you think you lost. Don't worry, because if it was meant to happen, it would have. I would have had exactly what I needed. Things would have aligned. Yes, I totally understand. I was told that my wigs were not desired because they were too Afrocentric or natural. What? Afrocentric is in. Black has always been in. I almost believed it until I started making silk. Girl, you already know. You already know. Girl, I'm your number one fan. Well, you're your number one fan. I'm your number 2 fan. So you keep doing what you're doing, Treasure Locks and Tips, because your work is fantastic. And I'm so excited to see what more you do. I felt very emotional saying that to you right now. My intuition just kicked in. You're going to be beyond amazed by your success. These trials and tribulations that everybody goes through are character building, and it's necessary for the type of people we are to become. I had to go through this. Y'all have to go through what y'all go through. I hate to say it like that though, but if you think about it in that way, what is this? Why is this happening for me? And what type of person? I was way too sensitive back then. It's Jessica here. Listen. Let me see. This Jessica. Look at my face in it. It's just. Hold on. Computer is so slow. It is just like. I was looking at this video. Answering about size locks. Do y'all want me to play it or not? Y'all tired of me watching videos? Y'all want me to end this live? I can end it. I'm only talking because, like, I really probably need to charge my computer soon. And what would I need to unplug to charge it? Okay, my mouse. I can end it if y'all want me to. I'm gonna end up going live and talking about this again because I feel better now. Thank you. I really appreciate your feedback. You're welcome. Y'all want to see this video now? Let me see. I'm scared. No, I don't know. Y'all, secret. Y'all know how sometimes y'all see me put a training and you have to pay for it? And I tell y'all, if y'all really was on my YouTube page, this training right here shows you for free how I do my spirals. Okay, you got my little views, but I use that same way to this day. Yeah, I stick with what I know. I stick with what I like. I like curls. I like spirals. I also have another training that shows you again how to do curls and spirals, or you could pay for the training. But I remember telling people retightening microlock spiral set that looks good with rollers, and that's the set that I do as well. And I know a lot of people are doing it now. This is the free. My screen is black. I know y'all can't see it. I'll wait for it. Let me close some of these windows. All right, I think I'm gonna start winding down for today. If y'all don't have any more questions or comments, again, Michael Lock Master Affiliate Training. This just came into my head. Who God blesses or who Jah blesses, no man curses. That just popped into my head in the song, the reggae song. Who Jah bless, no man curse. So anyway, I don't know if anybody needed to hear that, but y'all don't want to see videos. Okay, so I'm gonna close this out. Um, she said yes. I love a curl spiral. All the things. What does it say? Curly. Yes, I love it. Y'all can see I've been loving this and showing y'all. And this is cute because I put 3 ways that you can get a curl, a spiral, or a crinkle. I showed you that. I don't know if y'all can hear me. When I was at this Sister event, someone a Sister Loctician ran up. I was like, when I was in California with the joke, they were about to do a Sister Lock hair show. Can you show me how you get your hair like that right now? And I said, I have a training that you can. She ran away. Really? I was like, it never stops. It's okay to say, but it's like you're about to go walk up on the stage and do a hair show for Sister Lock, and you want me to show you really quickly. But you follow me though. I thought that was funny. I was like, maybe because this battery is low. Hold on. This is a long life. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, Facebook? Thank y'all. If y'all want to like or follow. What's going on, Facebook? Oh, geez, there's a lot of comments on. Well, not a lot. This one in clients with their hair with different sizes that don't make sense. I can hear you. Okay. I don't think y'all are on Facebook, the Facebook group with questions. So maybe I'm doing this too long. Get the training. I mean, I don't know. Audacity, y'all know Audacity as an all-time. It's like they're giving it away. Audacity for men, Audacity for people's businesses who want to disrespect others. Audacity is just everywhere these days, and people are scooping it up. But little man trying to be. Oh, yeah. Okay, this comment stuff was on something else. I don't know what they were saying. Yeah. So I will. I thank y'all for listening to me. I thank you for letting me cry, for letting me share. I feel like I just want to be genuine. I used to worry. I still kind of do worry sometimes. Like, here's the thing, and this is why I say I'm included, myself included, because all of us, every single human being, has work to do in strengthening and healing our mental health and our past experiences that have impacted us in ways that are taking away from our power. So I myself fall right into that category, and a part of me was saying I don't want to tell. I used to not speak about what I did, the contributions. It wasn't even that long ago I started even telling y'all that I had coined microlocks and stuff. Like I stopped talking about it because I allowed people or messages or whatever to tell me I ain't have a right to say that. Like my story that actually happened is not something that I have a right to share without feeling like people think I'm all that, or people think I'm lying, or people think, um, you know, whatever they think. And that's the story I used to tell myself. And then something said, if you do not know who you are and go out there and share your gifts and talents, you are not going to be happy. You always want to write a book about the foundations that you've been talking about since you started. That y'all saw me sharing that video. I even talked about, I used the same words, and it's crazy because I don't remember. I was saying the exact same thing the same way. And I was like, wow. So I disappeared, came back, and still talked exactly the same about what I've been saying for all this long time. So you all, whatever it is, I want you to take a moment today, if you haven't already thought about what really drives you, forget about for a moment any external validation. So hopefully your goals aren't just like, I just want a lot of IG followers. I want you to say like your true goals, your true passion. A lot of y'all have I think almost everybody who has a good heart has something that's going to be positive for other people and humanity. Some people want to do hair to make people feel great. Some people want to also have resources for their family, create a business. Some people want to help people who can't afford service. Like I've heard a lot of people say some fantastic things. Some people want to do hair for the homeless. They want to start nonprofits. I know that Treasure Locks and Tips is doing wigs for people who are surviving cancer. Take your life story and what is important in your walk. And with these skills, if this is a passion for you, you will see the alignment. You will see, or you'll start to feel like, yeah, I see it. And then focus on that and don't even worry about external validation. You're going to get validation from what matters, from who it matters for, which are the people you're serving, you, and the people you truly trust and care about. That's the validation I think you should give any attention to. Everything else, people who don't know you, they don't know your heart, they don't know your contribution to what you've been doing. Who cares? They don't follow, they don't like, because they usually is people don't have like they don't have loyalty out these streets. I tell people, y'all know mental health, social media is we have our own diagnosis that we're creating for social media. Like it is such a problem for people's mental health, such a problem that they're creating classifications in a diagnostic statistical manual, which is the DSM, which we use to diagnose everything, bipolar or whatever, and talking about creating special diagnosis for social media or content. First is one for gaming, but it's all kind of lumping together now, like because YouTube is kind of considered social media, and then and the severe impact that is having on people's mental health. And people they think they're okay, but they don't realize how much it really hinders what they're doing. People are struggling, and whether they have the following or not, it controls their perception. It distorts the perception of themselves. So it's either overinflated, right, and they get too dependent on it. and start talking down to people, like I told y'all. Oh my God, I couldn't believe this person. I was like, what? Or and then when it's gone or things don't get likes, they deflate really quickly and they go into depression. Because let's imagine you lose all those followers, or you realize you throw an event, nobody's coming. That happened to like a couple of YouTubers. They had all this following, they threw an event, like nobody was there. So they were like, wait a minute, reality hits in real life that this is not what I think it is. I really need to feel good about. I need to really work on this so that what happens in real life or what happens in online, that I understand what reality really is. Great advice. Oh, thank you. That's all advice. I give it to myself first. Child. I'm the way I'm feeling right now is don't feel entitled to my stuff. I'm over it. Stick to your boundaries, speak your mind. If it makes someone uncomfortable, they're not for you, because you should never, anyone who values and respects other human beings should never have an issue with them needing to speak their truth or needing to put boundaries. That's the thing I'm going to say. Put their boundaries up. If someone puts boundaries up around me, I honor it because clearly it's something they need to do. Why would I look mad? She needs time for herself. She's not calling me. She's not like you. That shows weakness in myself. Like, you honor. If you feel good and you understand that you're balanced in your own mental health or getting balanced, you start to understand the need for others to do so as well. If you evolve in a certain way and you're not superficial, but you have more substance to you, you start to look at the world different and you start to see things for what it is. You're like, oh, I see that number there, but that doesn't mean really need to see what the information is that they're sharing. I do need to see the results. I do need to see that you start to become more substantial yourself. You start to move through life, interacting with people on a deeper level as opposed to what you see superficial. Yeah, superficial is nice. Like, someone is pretty or someone has this or that, but then when you get to know them, and then you interact with people who may not have that exterior that's flashy, because you're like, I want to get to know them. Like, that doesn't matter. If I want someone to take me seriously, but I don't look like a supermodel, I'm probably going to get someone that connects with me if on a deeper level, if the superficial isn't matching what they think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put it in words that's making sense. Oh, Christian, or that's how, listen, we are either leveling up or struggling or leveling down. I don't want to say struggling, because when you level up, sometimes you have struggle. We will struggle more when we don't level up, because now you're at the mercy of external forces. You don't have your own power. You got to have something tell you that this is it, or this is that, or you're worth this, or you're pretty. This, or your hair looks good. I needed that when I went to the. Oh, okay. Did y'all see? Because the screen went black on my end, and so like even in this walk with my hair, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get compliments the same way. Like, even when I went natural, I was like, The guys is not calling me like I was young. I was like, I'm natural, but because I don't got this long flowing hair, because I have my tiny little afro, I was like, does that make me less attractive? Oh. But then I was connecting on a deeper level with men of substance or women of substance, anyone who wanted to connect more genuinely. But I would hear, and I lived in Brooklyn, so that helped, because there's a whole wave of men that like natural hair. And that's why I built the, yeah. My computer's acting up, and I think that y'all are seeing my screen go in and out. So, okay, how do I end? I'm going to end the IG right quick. Bye, IG. I'm going to see y'all later. And then YouTube, I'm going to go. Okay, bye, y'all. If you have any questions or anything, you can put on a replay. If I leave the live up, because it's a lot. This was a lot. And I appreciate your comments. And I appreciate your comments help me. And watching that video, I got a lot to think about. But remember, you will always be supported by the seen and unseen when you walk in alignment with your higher self. And you know what that is. And you know what you're doing and not doing if it's aligning with it. Because we got a lot of positive impact to make on this planet while you're here. So please don't get caught up in the little petty stuff. I'm caught up in the low vibrational stuff. Caught up in the messy stuff. Because we're going to continue to not have our abundance as a people when we do that. We won't. But when we start leveling up in all those other ways, watch how even just your own business and the people that support you, how it changes. Y'all have a great Monday. I hope to see some of y'all tomorrow. Okay, bye.